Just wanted to do a little handling analysis on the beginning of a JDX course where we went wrong course between 3 and 4. So the jumps, so he's going to take the 2 jumps that are straight ahead, and then he has to turn to this jump over here for jump number 3. So I will take a lead out, and I lead out nearly to the second jump, but not all the way. I do want to be moving forward when I release him and then rotate. I find that it's much more information for the dogs if we are moving forward and then slow down as opposed to already being in position. Also, I want to be facing forward because he's doing the first jump in extension. So I want to be forward there, and then as he's landing the jump, I start to rotate. I should be fully rotated about there. Gives him plenty of time in order to add extra strides in for collection for that turn. Most people wait for the dog to be about there before they rotate towards their dog. And if I was still facing forward, then the dog is going to think forward thoughts as they take off. And once they've taken off, they can't add collection strides, funnily enough. So they pretty much need to know well before then. And you don't have much time with a big dog in between that space. So you need to get it in nice and early. Let's look at my handling now. So my position next to the wing cues a lot of collection. My hands are pointing to take off, so that's good. We're pointing to where I want him to take off. One thing that some dogs might not deal with is, wrong symbol, is that I am looking at him. He still takes this jump with no worries. He doesn't pull off it, so me looking at him doesn't affect him. He reads all the other cues on these. But if you have a dog that comes to you in that scenario, then looking at where the green arrow is will just help them to commit to that jump better. Many people, when the dogs come to the handler instead of taking the jump, will just try to rotate later because they think, oh, I turned too early. But you do, as we discussed before, need to give that information early. So we just can help them by looking where we want them to go instead of at the dog. Okay, let's move forward. So he's about to take off. I should be out of there and on to the next thing. But I can also tell he's not collecting properly. So that's why I'm waiting, because I know he's not actually on the correct side of me as he takes this jump. So I'm just going to do a little arrow. He's currently heading towards my left side because of how long he's landing. So you can see his head's turning left there. And then I move forward a little bit. He starts to commit to the right, and you can see I'm actually looking forward here. So that shows you that I'm happy that he's on his correct line. But as I look forward, I probably am going, uh-oh, I'm behind a jump. That's an issue. So here I am, stuck behind a jump. My position should be out here. And I am in here. And he is meant to be going to the jump straight ahead that way. But you can see that his takeoff and his head are already starting to turn left here. So we are already well and truly committing to the tunnel. And I can't do anything about changing that at this point. So as we move forward, you can see I'm pointing forward, trying to help him go forward. So you can see my arm is pointing that way. But because I'm stuck behind this wing, it slows you down. So if we're cueing decel, and when I cue decel, it turns the dog. So that's not good. If I could have been out to the side a bit more, then I could have helped run down the line beside the jump and help him down that line a little bit more. It just would have needed one step past that jump to help him out to there. And we will show you, he happily goes barking into the tunnel going, yay, tunnels. So let's go back and look at what I would change. So we have the timing of the front cross, I wouldn't change at all. So that's all good. What I would change is my position. I should be out there, lateral, which would allow me to step past that jump as I leave. If I was out there, then I need to make sure that my hands are pointing to his takeoff point and that my eyes are looking. The more lateral I am, the more important that look is. So if I'm out here and looking at the dog, they may come off that jump for sure. So the more lateral I am, the more I'm likely to look at his takeoff. And obviously that position is not where I would be. It's the imaginary position off to the left there. I want to also have a look at his turn. So he didn't turn tight, but I actually think turning tight was not beneficial for the line anyway. So if we go here, if he turned as tight as he should there, it is from this wing in between those that he would have been taking. You can see that's actually heading left and not where I needed him to go. So the turning wide is actually a bit of a benefit. However, my position is the problem. So if I was out to the left here and running down the line, then that wide turn would have been actually fine and set him up on a nice line to the tunnel. And that is it. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and we can do some future ones of these. Thanks.